So in DC machine, it is a construction class, continuation of construction of DC machine. So last class in that field poles are completed, and the field poles, arc-shaped field poles are, and eccentric or chamfered poles are there. In that chamfered poles are selected for DC machine. Sorry, chamfered poles are selected for synchronous machine. Arc-shaped poles are selected for DC machine. Arc-shaped for DC, chamfered poles for synchronous machine. That is for silent pole synchronous machine. Here, number of field coils equal to number of poles. Commutator in a DC machine. So commutator, or we can say the split rings. The main aim of commutator is to convert a AC supply to DC or DC to AC. Commutator is divided into number of segments called commutator segments. So actually the commutators are segments. If it is not segmented, then it is a slip rings, not a split ring. So every segments are separated with a mica insulation. Every segment is separated with a mica insulation. It is a 0.6 to 0.8 mm thickness. Commutator is a rotating part and brushes are stationary part in a DC machine. Very important that commutators are rotating but not brushes. Commutators are mounted on a shaft. So see the diagram of commutator. So this is the commutator. The commutators are separated with a mica insulation with 0.6 to 0.8 mm. The dielectric strength of mica insulation is 30 volt to 40 volts per centimeter. 30 to 40 volts per centimeter. So commutator is divided into number of segments called commutator segments. Commutator is a rotating part and brushes are stationary part. Here each segment consists of two coil sides. Each segment consists of two coil sides. Two coil side means one coil contains a two coil side. So number of commutator segments equal to number of coils. Number of commutator segments equal to number of coils. Commutator segments are generally made up of hard to run copper of high conductivity. Split ring is made up of pass per branch. Commutator segments are generally made up of hard to run copper of high conductivity. So you don't confuse that. So commutators are made up of copper and brushes are carbon. Okay, hard to run copper of high conductivity. Split ring is made up of pass per branch. Not a split ring, that is a slip ring. So split rings are made up of hard to run copper, but slip rings are made up of pass per branch. So correct it, not split ring. The split ring in place of split rings, that is a slip ring. Slip ring is made up of pass per branch. Split rings made up of hard to run copper. Split ring other name is a commutator. Commutator are split rings made up of hard run copper, but slip ring is made up of pass per branch. Importance of commutator in case of DC machines. Difference in AC generator and DC generator lies in a commutator. In DC machine, to facilitate commutation, field winding on stator, armature winding on rotor to provide a commutation process. So actually in all other machines, armature winding on stationary part, that is on stator, but in DC machines only armature winding is placed on rotor, because in armature winding is a high power circuit. EMF will be generated in armature winding. So generated EMF is in AC, so that AC is converted into the DC by the commutator. So the main aim of armature winding on rotor is to satisfy the commutation. In case of AC machine or synchronous machines, armature winding is on stator and field winding on rotor. So almost all the machines, the field windings mostly on rotor. But only in a DC machine, it's a reverse. The field winding on stator and armature winding on rotor. It is to satisfy the commutation. Stationary armature is an advantage compared to rotating armature, because in AC machine, armature winding are stator. If armature winding on stator, then stator is a stationary part. Because of armature winding is a high power circuit, the insulation levels are maintained at good level if it is on stator. Since armature contains a more winding and field winding is less, so in case of AC, If armature winding is on rotor, more number of brushes required, which leads to more sparking. So this is also one of the reason. So to collect armature current, we need slip rings and brushes in AC machine. If it is on DC, if it is on rotor, so more number of brushes are required. AC generator, slip rings plus brushes. DC generator, commutator plus brushes. So in place of slip ring, if you use the commutator, then that is a DC machine. In place of in a DC generator, in place of commutator, if you use the slip rings, that is a AC generator. So the AC generator can work as a DC generator and DC generator can work as a AC generator. But in a DC generator we need commutator. In DC generator we need a commutator. In AC generator need a slip rings. So in DC generator, so in theta equal to 0, and theta equal to 90 degrees, and theta equal to 180, theta equal to 70 degrees, and theta equal to 360 degrees. See the voltage waveforms. When theta equal to 0, Ed equal to 0, the dynamically induced EMF is 0. Dynamically induced EMF is 0. So draw the diagram of this. Any machine with heteropolar system, winding generator, AC only. In AC generator, dynamically induced EMF A to B, C to D in first half cycle, and next reverse that B to A, D to C. If it is AC generator, L to M, M to L. But in DC generator, A to B, C to D, A to B and C to D, L to M load, and also L to M only because of commutator. And DC generator and AC generator, the inside action is AC, that can be converted into DC by the commutator. So in AC generator, because of slip rings, the water EMF generated inside of the machine, that AC EMF, is converted into the AC at outside. DC generator generate AC, AC generator generate AC. Any generator with a heteropolar system generate AC. The generated EMF frequency of DC generator or AC generator is F equal to Pn by 120. A 4-pole DC generator running with 1500 RPM then generated EMF frequency equal to poles into speed by 120. Here speed is 1500 and number of poles are 4 by 120 equal to 50 Hertz. So inside of DC machine, AC action is there. So that AC can be converted into the DC by commutator. But commutator, after converting the commutator voltage from AC to DC in a generator, in a DC generator, the available voltage at armature is AC. That voltage is converted into the DC by the commutator. The voltage available at commutator is a DC. The DC is collected by the brushes. So the frequency at brush voltage is 0. So brush voltage frequency is 0 because it is a DC supply collected by the brushes. In DC generator, commutator converts generated AC to DC in the output. That it acts as a full wave uncontrolled mechanical rectifier. Uncontrolled mechanical rectifier. If in DC motor, DC supply is given through slip rings and brushes, theta equal to 0, north south. Counterclockwise direction of torque is there. See at north pole, under north pole cross conductor, that is incoming current. Under south pole a dot conductor is there, that is outgoing current. AB is a cross conductor and CD is a dot conductor. So by the Fleming's left hand rule, because for DC machine the direction can be found by the left hand rule. So with left hand rule, the machine will rotate in the counterclockwise direction when it is theta equal to 0 degrees. Counterclockwise direction. For theta equal to 270 degrees, again the action is same. Under north pole there is a cross conductor, sorry, dot conductor. Under south pole there is a cross conductor. So because of under north pole dot conductor and because of under south pole cross conductor, the machine rotates in the clockwise direction. So whenever a AC supply is given to DC motor, whenever a DC supply is given through the slip rings, not a split ring here. Here a commutator, you can understand that split ring is different and slip ring is different. So this is with the slip ring, the analysis with the slip ring. So if the slip rings are used, then at theta equals 0 degrees, the counterclockwise direction of torque is produced, and when theta equal to 270 degrees, clockwise direction of torque is produced. So for motoring action we need one direction of torque, either in counterclockwise direction or the clockwise direction of the torque, but it is rotating in the two directions at theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 70. So the net torque developed in the machine is 0. So it is called bidirectional torque. At theta equal to 0, one torque is developed, and theta equal to 70, one torque. So this is a bidirectional torque. Bidirectional torque are produced, so net torque is 0. Bidirectional torque are produced, so net torque available in the machine is 0. So motor stops rotating. If in DC motor, DC supply is given to the armature through the commutator. Now we are using the commutator. So here, see that it slip rings under north pole at theta equal to 0 cross conductor, theta equal to 70 dot conductor. So actually for a DC motor, for motoring action, under north pole the conductor must be a cross conductor. The conductor which comes under north pole must be with the cross conductor, and the conductor which comes under south pole must be dot conductor, always at all degrees. It may be 0 degrees or 270 degrees or 360 degrees or any degrees. It has to be the condition for motoring action in a DC machine, DC motor. The conductor which comes under north pole must be with cross conductor, and the conductor which comes under south pole must be a dot conductor. So this cannot be possible by the slip rings. So if you use the slip rings at one half cycle, it is a cross conductor under north pole, and after half cycle under north pole, dot conductors. Commutator. If you use the commutator at 90 degrees, over here also 90 degrees actually, correct it with theta equal to 0, not at theta equal to 0, that is at theta equal to 90 degrees. So here in a DC motor, DC supply is given to the armature through the commutator. Now we are using the commutator in place of slip rings. So see, with a north pole and a north pole, the conductor AB is a cross and CD is a dot. So see, there is a counterclockwise torque produced. It can be possible, you can see, observe by the left hand thumb rule. Fleming left hand rule. Fleming left hand rule. At 270 degrees, because of commutator, the conductor which comes at the north pole is a CD. That CD conductor also a cross current. That is a cross current, that is incoming current. And under the south pole, the conductor AB, in that current is dot current. So the counterclockwise direction. Correct it with CCW. So the current counter correct clockwise current torque development. At 90 degrees and 270 degrees, counterclockwise torques are produced. At two places, the counterclockwise torques are produced. So the machine starts rotating. So a DC motor, DC supply is given through common slip rings. We can't maintain a cross current under north pole, but if you use the commutator, then you can use, say, you can maintain a cross current always under north pole and dot current under south pole. If you maintain a cross conductor under north and dot conductor under south pole, then we can get a one directional, that is unidirectional torque in a DC motor. So the machine will be starts rotating. In a DC motor, commutator converts a given DC to AC in armature, that it acts as a full wave uncontrolled mechanical inverter. In a DC motor, commutator converts given DC mode to AC in armature. It acts as a full wave uncontrolled mechanical inverter. In a DC motor, commutator cause armature poles are stationary with respect to stator. Therefore, unidirectional torque produced. AC to DC commutator, DC to AC. But in slip rings, AC supply is converted to AC supply, DC to DC supply. Commutators are made up of hard drawn copper. Slip rings are made up of phosphor black material. pass per branch. Function of commutator in DC machine. It converts either AC to DC or DC to AC. That is either act as rectifier or act as inverter. Rectifier when it is a generator, inverter when it is a motor. Example, in a DC generator, commutator converts AC to DC, DC to AC, AC voltage to DC voltage, or DC to AC voltage. Generally, we go for a DC generator, so then inside of the machine is AC, so we need from inside to outside action. Inside is AC and outside is a DC. So generally we select option number 1. But here AC current to DC current. Option number 1 is AC current to DC current, and option number 2 is a DC current to AC current. So option 2 is wrong, and option number 3 is the AC voltage to DC voltage, and fourth is the DC voltage to AC voltage. So here we can say generally the second and fourth is clearly wrong, because inside of the DC generator is AC, so we need here AC to DC, but not DC to AC. So option number 1 says the AC current to DC current, and third is the AC voltage to DC voltage. So here we should give the more preference to the voltage, not a current. So AC voltage to DC voltage conversion, when there is option is available in the voltage is available, then we should select the AC voltage to DC voltage. So the commutator convert the AC voltage to DC voltage. If 1 2 options are there, then we should select the 1, because AC to DC. But in DC generator, commutator converts both voltage and current, but high priority is given to the voltage. In any machine, field winding always carries the DC, and armature winding always carries the AC. So here any machine means many double excited machines only. A double excited machines carries a field winding always DC, but a single excited machine, the field winding always AC, not a DC. A single excited machine like induction machines and transformer, here the field winding or excitation supply is a AC supply. In DC generator, maximum voltage that can be generated in 500 volts. In case of AC generator, the generated EMF will not depend on the number of turns. In case of AC generator, the generated EMF will not depend on the number of turns. But in DC generator, the generated EMF will be dependent on the number of turns. So this is the commutator segments. Thin layer of mica is separating to the commutator segments. 0.6 mm to 0.8 mm thickness. The dielectric strength is 30 volts to 40 volts. To increase the output of the DC generator by connecting more number of coils in series in each parallel path. The advantage of this connection is ripples in the output of DC generator can be eliminated. Ripples in output can be eliminated by making air gap flux distribution is flat tapped. Form factor equal to the RMS by average value, that is equal to 1.1. Peak factor equal to maximum by RMS, that equal to root 2. Half wave rectifier sine wave has less RMS average maximum value, so it has a high power factor, form factor, and peak factor. Square or rectangular wave has a more RMS and average maximum value, so it has a least form factor and peak factor. Removal of ripples in output of DC generator. Consider sinusoidal flux distribution. Then the induced EMF is sinusoidal. C with one coil A and A dash. In the figure, two coils A dash, B dash. These coils are connected in series in parallel path. In each parallel path. So with one coil A dash, we get a figure 1, and with two coils we get a figure 2. So with figure 2 we can observe that more number of flat tapped waveform DC. It is average value is a DC, but in a figure number 1 the average value is a pulsating value. Consider the air gap flux is flat tapped or trapezoidal obtained because so with the NS north and south poles. So with one coil in figure number 1, so we get a sine wave, flat tapered sine wave inside of the AC machine, that is at armature level, and here in last output is the flat tapered DC supply available at brushes with two coils in the figure number 2, A dash, B dash. It is a flat tapped wave or a truly DC supply. With coil 1 we get a flat tapped waveform. The average DC value is bad with one coil, but with two coils the average DC value is better. So if we use the more number of coils in series in each parallel path, we get a perfect pure DC supply. Output of DC generator can be increased and ripples in the output of DC generator can be eliminated in two ways. By connecting more number of coils in each series in each parallel path, that is by using more number of commutator segments, or by making area flux distribution is flat tapped. Brushes are made up of either carbon or graphite. Generally, in large rating machines, brushes are made up of metal graphite or electric graphite or carbon graphite. In small rating machines, brushes are made up of carbon since it has a self lubricating property. In small machines, grease used as a lubricant. In large machines, continuously oil is made to flow. To reduce the mechanical losses, by this life of the brushes is also increases. So small rating machines brushes are made up of carbon. It is because of self lubricating property. But by using the lubricant as a lubricant is insulating material, resistance of the path is increased, which cause the discontinuation in the output. So in large rating machines, you use the oil as a lubricant, that is gives the discontinuous output waveform. It has a high thermal stability. Because of this, it can be withstand high temperature. It improves the computation. Low resistance copper brushes are replaced by the high resistance carbon brushes. High air, the current in air, it decreases because the brush resistance is increases. Time constant, time rating also decreases. The time taken for current reversal is decreases. So the commutation is improved. So this is the resistance is commutation, resistance compression. This was disadvantage of the using the carbon brushes. Brushes resistance is more, voltage drop is more, percentage of voltage regulation is more, poor regulations. Because of high brush resistance, more brush losses, efficiency is less. That is poor efficiency. Carbon brushes are used in small machines with high voltage rating and low current rating applications. Copper brushes are used for low voltage, high current applications. Carbon brush drop equal to 2 volts. Metal graphite brushes has least drop. Number of brushes depends on the current rating, depends on number of parallel paths, depends on number of type of machines connection. Simple lap A equal to P, number of brushes equal to poles. Multiplex lap A equal to MP, brush equal to MP. In simplex wave winding, number of brushes equal to 2. A is the parallel paths equal to 2. Wave winding, A means parallel paths. The number of parallel paths equal to 2. Multiplex wave winding, A equal to 2m. 2m, m is the layer, number of layers. If it is single layer, m equal to 1. Double layer, m equal to 2. Always brushes are placed along with the GNA axis, that is the geometrical neutral axis. If GNA is not there in option, MNA, magnetic neutral axis, has to be selected. Here GNA and MNA is called geometric neutral axis and magnetic neutral axis. Are under no load condition, GNA and MNA is in one axis, but when load is increasing, GNA is at remains at same place, but MNA is shifted towards the generator rotation. So it is shifts from GNA to MNA. So under no load condition, GNA and MNA is same, and GNA and MNA is axis. It is between the pole. So interpole, interpole axis. So the brush axis also called interpole axis. Brush axis is also called interpole axis. In point, brush axis also called interpole axis. Total brush voltage drop equal to 2 into each brush drops independent number of parallel paths. Brush losses equal to VB IB. IB equal to 2 I path current rating of brush independent on the type of connection. Armature core holds armature winding in its position. It provides a mechanical support to the armature winding. It also provides a low reluctance path for a main field flux. Armature core is made up of silicon steel lamination to reduce the hysteresis and eddy current losses. Type of slots: open type, less leakage flux, MMF. Leakage reactance and slot open. So the reluctance will be, slots are open, so reluctance are high, so the flux will be less. Armature leakage flux is less. So VR, that is reactance voltage, and d pi AL by dt. When leakage fluxes are less, the reluctance voltage also less. So when reactance voltage is less, the current reversal is less. Less opposition for current reversal. Less opposition for current reversal. So the main aim of armature core is to provide mechanical support to the armature winding. The armature core, also called the rotor core. The armature core is made up of silicon steel material. In the armature core outer periphery, slots are placed. The slots are open slots are used. In open slot there is a winding, is called armature winding. Commutation is improved. So because of less opposite of current reversal, The commutation is reverse improved. Commutation means it is a process of reversal of current in a short circuited armature coil. The process of reversal of current in a short circuited armature coil is called commutation. Armature winding. Armature windings are closed type of winding. Starting end and ending end are at same place. Open type of winding. So the starting end and ending end are not at same place. It's called open type of winding. Applications. Closed type of windings are used in commutator machines, DC commutator machines and AC commutator machines. Open type of windings are used in synchronous machines. Armature winding, closed type. If it is a closed type, Grammy ring windings. The closed types are again two types. One is a Grammy ring type winding, and second one is a drum type winding. Drum type winding is again lap winding and wave winding. Lap windings are again simplex lap winding and multiplex lap winding. And wave windings are simplex wave winding and multiplex wave winding. Coming to armature winding, open types of windings. So in a closed type, first one is the Grammy ring winding. So in a Grammy ring winding, EMF induced in the half of the portion of winding, half of the winding is inactive. So the cost and weight of the machine increases. So conducting part of the winding is also less. Conducting part of the winding is less. In drum type of winding, except at the end connections, the remaining part of the winding is conducting. Active length of the copper is more. There is effective utilization of copper. So we use the drum type winding. Closed drum type winding. Armature windings are single layer winding used in very small machine, AC machines rating up to 5 HP. Double layer windings used in large AC machines and in all DC machines. In single layer winding, U equal to number of coils, sides per slot equal to 1. Crossover problems in end connection occurs in single layer winding. To avoid the crossover problem, different size and shape of coils is required. Because of this construction, cost is increased. In double layer winding, slot contains a even number of coil sides. That is U. U means coil sides. U is greater than 1. If U equal to 2.